Welcome to 50 Years of Talent, the podcast where we ask tough questions about creativity, career, and life. Today's topic: do people's gifts and talents really begin to fade after they get married? Research suggests married people's happiness often dips after the wedding. In fact, one study found that life satisfaction begins to decline once newlyweds settle into married life. To explore this, I've gathered 3 guests, each married for over 50 years and honing their talent for decades. Let's hear their experiences.
I played the drums from my youth into midlife, and I also took up tennis in my 50s. When I got married, though, things changed. My wife would say, "It's too late for you to go out," whether it was a late-night jazz rehearsal or a weekend tennis match. Gradually, I cut back on those activities. My drumming grew rusty, and I saw my tennis game slip. It was really worrying to feel my own talents diminishing this way.
I'm a professional violinist. When I married, my husband and I talked about our goals. We set a regular practice schedule around family responsibilities. For example, if I had an evening rehearsal, he'd handle dinner and the kids. It took compromise, but we made it work. Thanks to that planning and communication, I was able to keep up my playing.
I spent decades playing tennis competitively. After marriage and having kids, finding practice time got tough. I started running and training at dawn so I wouldn't miss family time, and my wife adjusted our schedule so I could still play on weekends. It wasn't easy, but with teamwork and careful scheduling, I kept up my game.
Thank you all. Your stories highlight how marriage brings new priorities. It's not automatic that talents must fade. In fact, an analysis of professional athletes found many improved after marriage. For example, one NBA player averaged 6.5 more points per game and even won the MVP the following season. But everyday life adds demands. Notably, experts find that couples only benefit from activities if both partners enjoy them. In other words, there is no real boost to marital bliss when only one spouse participates willingly. Therapists and counselors echo this. They recommend open and honest communication about each other's needs and scheduling time for both dates and personal practice. One columnist similarly says balancing a hobby with married life requires careful planning and negotiation. In short, talk it through, plan ahead, and make sure both people feel supported. So how can talented people keep pursuing their gifts after marriage? Here are some strategic tips drawn from our discussion and the research. Communicate openly. Talk about your passion, your schedule, and your partner's needs. Be open and honest so you both understand each other. Plan and negotiate. Set a routine for practice or rehearsal. Carefully schedule training sessions and coordinate family duties to make it work. Support each other's goals. Encourage your partner's interests and respect their time. Nurturing personal hobbies promotes independence and mutual respect in a marriage. Balance shared and solo activities. Find some hobbies you both enjoy, so both partners benefit, and make room for individual practice. Shared experiences strengthen your bond, but alone time keeps your skills sharp. With understanding and effort on both sides, marriage and talent can coexist. Keep practicing that instrument or sport. Involve your partner when you can, and remember, your gifts can still shine as part of a partnership.